Ready?
Wacht, dat is nog een keer de camera.
Lukt het? Ja. Ready? Zeg, trouwens onze vriend, heb jij hem nog gezien?
Nee.
Waar zit hij eigenlijk?
Alderman misschien?
Pak weer op en zeg niets.
En ben, niet te moe?
Nee, totaal
Nee?
niet.
Liegen
Nooit moe.
als de beste.
We hebben wel heel veel gedaan.
Ja, het is een drukke dag geweest vandaag.
Ja. De tweede dag zit erop. Wat hebben we getest vandaag?
De vingertjes. Project Morpheus.
Oeh, ik dacht dat je het niet meer ging onthouden. Nee, dus Sony is een virtual reality headset. Even mogen opzetten. Een super coole demo. Het was een uur aanschuiven voor een demo van 5 minuutjes.
Ja.
Wat dat vrij belachelijk was, maar dat wel aanvoelt dat die virtual reality dat
Er is alles te zijn.
ik denk hottest item of E3 2014 was. Oké. Project Morpheus, dat was een van de hoogtepunten van de dag, vond ik. Tweede hoogtepunt, ik weet niet of dat je het misschien al kan raden, Davis. Ik heb misschien al iets weggegeven.
Mortal Kombat?
Ja. X of die Mortal Kombat X vind ik eigenlijk cool klinken.
Dat is al enkele dagen dat het niet anders uitkomt dan Mortal Kombat.
Korte presentatie gaat eigenlijk van, inderdaad Mortal Kombat, van Ed Boon. Neemt die basiselementen van Mortal Kombat 9 en voegt zo de interactieve arena's van Injustice.
Ja,
dus wel de fighting game,
gespeeld, ja.
ook natuurlijk van NetherRealms. En neemt zo die interactieve elementen uit de omgeving en gooit dat samen in een Uber Mortal Kombat. Wat hebben we nog gezien? Behind closed door demos van Battlefield Hardline en Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Ze komen weer tegenover elkaar te staan.
Minder. Terwijl Call of Duty eigenlijk terug hetzelfde pad optrekt van gigantische, grootschalige oorlogsvoering, maar nu natuurlijk met een stukje sci-fi erin. Ja. Heeft denk ik EA gewoon beslist van fuck it, we gaan gewoon de confrontatie niet meer aan, we gaan iets anders gaan doen. En nu is het Battlefield Hardline is eigenlijk een cops versus robbers verhaal geworden. Ene team speelt eigenlijk agenten, andere team speelt bankovervallers of criminelen die een grote heist doen.
Een ander hoogtepunt, die Order. Op een ganz andere manier dan alle andere.
The Order 1886, dat was wel een super coole game.
Dat was heel indrukwekkend voor graphics.
Ik denk dat zelfs een van de enige games is die we nu al de voorbije 2 dagen gezien hebben die echt fotorealisme benadert.
Ja. Dat is echt,
cutscenes en gameplay, er zit geen verschil tussen. De naadloze overgangen tussen cutscenes en gewoon de shootouts die op straat hebt. Dus ik vind het belachelijk gedetailleerd, belachelijk mooi.
Ik sta hier bij Gavin Russell en we hebben net The Order 1886 gespeeld. Fantastische game. Gavin,
Yes.
what if I tell you this is the most photorealistic game I've seen this show?
I appreciate that. That really does. It's great to hear it, noting that our development team, Ready at Dawn, are really precious, and they didn't want this to go out unless it looked absolutely stunning. And when you hear things like that, it kind of makes all the effort, all of the sweat, the blood, the tears worth it. Thank you.
How do you make it so photorealistic? Because there's almost no difference between the cutscenes and the gameplay.
There is no difference between the cutscenes and the gameplay, and that's simply because the guys have developed the engine from the ground up, both from the physics and the rendering engine. We're not using somebody else's proprietary technology. They wanted to own and control every last element of it, so they built it from the ground up, and they're using the PlayStation 4 to literally render it on the fly.
So what are you showing in the demo?
So this demo, we basically take off from the last video you would have seen maybe in about, say, February or March, where Galahad and the knights he was with basically found a cache of weapons in amongst the rebels. We get to use the weapon that we found in that video, that being the thermite rifle, and we're investigating how the rebels have managed to get hold of the Knights technology. It's something that's effectively bound to the Knights in that they developed the tech, so they are wondering how the rebels have it. And this is what we investigate in game.
So when is this coming out?
Okay, so we announced our release date on the blog a couple of days back. It's the 20th of February 2015.
We zitten hier samen met Phil Rob van Turtleworks Studios. We hebben net Evolve gespeeld. Nieuwe co-op shooter van de makers van Left 4 Dead. Ongelofelijke game. Phil, how are you doing?
Good, I'm great.
We just saw 4 new hunters.
Yep. We've got 4 new hunters. So our assault guy's named Hyde. He's a badass, to put it, bluntly. He's got a flamethrower. It's the most powerful weapon in the game, but it's also got the shortest reach. So he's all about getting up in the monster's face and getting into a brawl. We've got Bucket, who you played. He's our new support. Bucket is a robot. He's just oozing with personality.
Yeah, he's like Wally's meaner brother.
Yeah, kind of. Wally didn't have laser-guided rockets, but
That's a shame.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, he can pop his head off and fly it around like a UAV and scout out the monster for the rest of his team.
And I saw an alien dog. I hope it was a dog.
Yes. Well, it's a trap jaw. They're basically sort of the sheer, which is the planet that you're on. They're the sheer equivalents to hyenas, and just so happens that our new trapper, her name is Maggie, has tamed one and has it as a pet. Maggie, her name is Daisy, the trap jaw. And what Daisy does is she helps Maggie track, and she acts a lot like a big, giant horse, dog, lizard, bloodhound.
I wouldn't want to cuddle it.
No. Well, I mean, she's as big as a horse, right?
It probably smells too.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she does. But the thing is, what she does do is she helps you find the monster. Where a lot of the trackers have to rely on the actual footprints. Daisy can smell out a more direct route to the monster, and even when the monster is going stealthy and not leaving any tracks, Daisy can still follow the monster. Albeit a little bit slower, right? She puts her nose to the ground and
Wouldn't want her as pet again.
Yeah.
and we saw a new monster.
We introduced the Kraken.
Bring out the Kraken.
Bring out the Kraken.
He's in the closet.
Yeah. The Kraken is he's pretty damn cool. Unlike his brother Goliath, who is very up in your face and brawl. He likes to brawl and smash and sort of mix it up. Kraken is more kind of wizened and wizardly. He can fly, number one, which makes him a lot harder to track. He doesn't leave prints on the ground when he's flying, so it makes it very difficult for the hunters to track him by visual track identification. He's also got a lot of ranged attacks, so his sweet spot is up in the air at a bit of a distance, right? And he's got tools to do that. He's got his vortex that pushes the hunters back, and then he can drop lightning bolts down on them, which will hit anyone in a raid nearby. He's got banshee mines that he can use to set traps or to put around incapacitated hunters so that their buddies can't come in and get them.
I noticed that all of you guys, all of you of the development team, have beards. Why is that?
So it's kind of a fun thing we're doing. We're calling it No Shave Till Ship. We're not shaving our faces until this game ships. And we thought it would be fun to add sort of a charitable element to it, so that whenever we're done and whenever we ship the game and before everyone shaves, we're going to measure everyone's beards. And for every inch of beard that we've grown, we're going to give $50 to Child's Play.
Dan, how are you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Great, just saw the demo. Cool. You make me love elephants. I hate elephants.
Really?
But after this demo,
now you love
elephants are awesome animals.
Cool.
So tell me more about Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 is completely different, right? You're in a new location, you got a new antagonist, you got a new protagonist, you got the ability to hop on top of elephants and weaponize these living tanks, new outposts, new systems, new opportunities. It's new, it's different, it's everything we want it to be.
So the tagline is, every second is a story?
Every single second is a story, absolutely. Well, for us, we build the anecdote factory, right? We want to make a living world. We want to make a place where you can go and have a playground. So our goal is to be able to pepper the world with all these different things you can do, all these opportunities, all these choices. And then when you're done, you realize, I've got a ton of stories that I want to talk about, all these anecdotes. So for us, if we can make it so that every single moment in the game is a story, we've won.
What I like the most about Far Cry 4, next to the elephants, of course, next to the crazy jacks and the explosions, is that guy. The man, the psycho with the pink suit. Who the hell is he?
Pagan Min. What's cool about Peg and Min is that, you know, you look at some of the characters that we built in the past, and I think when people saw Peg and Min for the first time, they're like, pink suit and the hair, what's the deal? What's the deal with him? And when they meet him, they realize this guy is incredibly complex, right? He's the ruler of the country. He runs the country. He's been running the country for 20 years. Nobody has said no to him in 20 years. So now you're showing up and he's like, hey, I'm glad to see you, dude. Let's go out. Let's cause some trouble. And you're like, is this a good idea? He's got charm, but he's also chilling, right? That's what we want from our characters.
So what are you trying to do differently than with Far Cry 3?
I think, you know, variety is the spice of life, right? We want to make sure that everything's different. Sometimes subtly, sometimes completely. When you think about, on Far Cry 3, there were some things that we wanted to do that we couldn't quite get in. You know, we wanted to be able to have you shoot from while you're driving. We want to be able to have you do takedowns and chain those takedowns through vehicles, and we couldn't get in at the end. So of course, there's little things like that we're doing, but we also are bringing co-op to the game. Co-op into the living world. It's no longer a mode. It's actually in the same gameplay space, so you can play it again. If you want to go out and you want to take over an outpost with your friend, you want to ride 2 elephants in, you want to have 1 guy in a gyrocopter coming in.
Can you ride elephants?
You can ride elephants.
That was my next question. That was my next question. Can you ride elephants?
For sure. I mean, that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to get on top of this thing, you want to be able to turn it into this tank, you want to be able to smash through the outpost, and then you want to be able to call your buddy and go, let's do it again.
That is quite awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, looks good. When is it coming out?
November 18th, this fall.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
Yep, Xbox 360, PS3, and PC.
And you can ride elephants.
Cool.